Hello K-drama lovers! Today, we're scrubbing into the trauma code, Heroes on Call, the 2025 medical drama that's storming the charts. Is it the next hospital playlist, or just another bandage on the genre? I'll break down episodes 1 to 8 without spoilers, share why this show's going viral, and whether it deserves a spot on your watch list. Let's get this code blue started. Ji Hoon is here to save the day, whether you like it or not. And much like his character, medical action comedy The Trauma Code, Heroes on Call doesn't hold back. We're thrown into the everyday lives of a trauma team who work with the most serious of injuries, making for an intense and surprisingly heartwarming journey. If the average medical drama makes you squeamish, then this show is definitely not for you. We're dealing with trauma like gushing stab wounds, protruding objects, and it's all shown in graphic detail. It's almost at a horror movie level with the amount of blood there is, but that seems to be the intention. It gives us the feeling that we're being thrown into the field ourselves, stumbling along. Then there's Dr. Baek or Ji Hoon, who quite literally leaps into action in the very first scene. He's motorcycling through a war zone, dodging explosions and cars flipping through the air to deliver antibiotics to a hospital. It's an epic character introduction, telling us right away the lengths he's willing to go to help others. Kang-hyuk is transferred to Hangik National University Hospital, where the previous trauma specialist collapsed from being overworked. The trauma team here is basically non-existent, with other departments having to pitch in whenever there's an emergency. The higher-ups are too concerned about saving money to provide the necessary resources, and they're irritated to have to welcome this godlike doctor. Kang-hyuk misses his own welcome ceremony to attend to a trauma patient, appalled that the only person in charge at the moment is a skittish colorectal mentee named Young Jae-won Chu Young-woo. It's clear that this young doctor doesn't really know what he's doing, but there's something about him that Kang-hyuk likes, so Kang-hyuk takes him into surgery to assist. Kang-hyuk is a typical genius surgeon who knows exactly what's wrong and exactly what to do. Despite this being a huge medical drama cliché, his cool and unhesitating nature is rather impressive. Jae-won looks at the guy like he's some mystical being, and it's pretty endearing. After a successful surgery, Jae-won is horrified to realize that Kang-hyuk isn't done with him yet. He's dragged into a helicopter to get to a patient on site and, terrified of heights, is panicking the entire time. But again, Kang-hyuk handles the situation perfectly. He takes things to the extreme when no one else will, cursing out commands and fast dropping down the freaking helicopter. Kang-hyuk starts forming his trauma center team, of course starting with Jae-won, saying he liked how Jae-won would sprint at the mention of an emergency. At first, Jae-won isn't sure if he wants to abandon his mentor, the head of general surgery Han Yurim or Yoon Kyung-ho, but he can't resist this golden opportunity. Also joining the team are nurse Kun Young-mi or Ha Young and anesthesiologist Park Kyung-won or Yoon Jae-kwon. Young-mi is experienced and level-headed, nicknamed Gangster for initially mistaking Kang-hyuk as a gangster because of his tattoo. It's better than Jae-won's nickname, Anus. And while Kyung-won seems capable too, the hospital director Choi Jo-yoon Kim Yoo-sung has him act as a mole. The team falls into a chaotic routine of running, performing surgery, getting sprayed with blood, ad infinitum. They barely have time to eat or sleep. And to make things worse, they still have higher-ups like Dr. Yurim and Chief Hong Jae-hoon or Kim Won-hae giving them a hard time. But Jae-won points out that they have to keep running, because taking a break could cost someone's life. It's within the chaos that we get some big character moments, like when Yurim's daughter is rolled in as a trauma patient. Yurim doesn't trust Kang-hyuk's judgment, afraid Kang-hyuk will kill his daughter just to spite him. On top of that, Jae-won is friends with the daughter and struggles to keep it together during surgery. Kang-hyuk, along with the other team members, remain professional, and as a result, the daughter survives. It's a real wake-up call for Yurim. He now sees the importance of the trauma center. Kind of sad that it took something personal to realize this. The team is gradually earning the respect of their co-workers and, thanks to the media, the general public. But director Choi and Chief Hong are still adamant on getting rid of Kang Hyuk. They ground the helicopter that the team has been using, insisting that they follow the rules. And because of this, the team is unable to get to a patient in time. The team is gradually earning the respect of their co-workers and, thanks to the media, the general public. But director Choi and Chief Hong are still adamant on getting rid of Kang Hyuk. They ground the helicopter that the team has been using, insisting that they follow the rules. And because of this, the team is unable to get to a patient in time. Chief Hong then encourages the patient's family to sue Kang Hyuk for malpractice. Thankfully, our no-nonsense trauma surgeon calls Chief Hong out in a press conference, demanding to know how long their patients have to suffer due to budget restraints. The ultimate test arrives when a Korean military captain is brutally shot in South Sudan. Kang Hyuk and his team are sent there to save him, and they know that everyone's watching, waiting for them to make a mistake. The team isn't used to war conditions, but it's something that Kang Hyuk is very familiar with. It turns out that Kang Hyuk was a medic for an elite military group called the Black Wings, a secret he's kept from the higher-ups, as it's not a good look for a doctor to have been used as a deadly weapon. His connection to the Black Wings, however, gets the team a safe space to operate on the captain. And when they return to South Korea with said captain, Kang Hyuk's history with the Black Wings is viewed as a hero's story. While the team was in South Sudan, Yoram was left in charge of the trauma center. He's done his best, but well, he's no action hero. He cowers in fear at the sight of a building fire, and Kang Hyuk has to swoop in to save the day. That is, until Kang Hyuk is caught in an explosion and gets metal lodged in his abdomen. I couldn't help laughing at the fact that even as Kang Hyuk was getting woozy from his wound, he was still barking orders. At the hospital, he trusts Jae-won to make the decisions as lead surgeon. It's a lot for Jae-won to shoulder, especially since he's choked in this position before, but he wants to make his mentor proud, and he does. Kang Hyuk's surgery is a success, and Kang Hyuk rewards Jae-won by calling him by his name rather than his nickname for the first time. The relationship between these two has been fun, with Kang Hyuk acting like an annoyed owner trying to train his too jumpy puppy, and I loved seeing it flourish. There's mutual trust and respect there, and I appreciate that Kang Hyuk gave Jae-won his confidence. Now Kang Hyuk is going all out and asking director Choi to take his department more seriously, starting with the helicopter. Frustrated, director Choi wants to know why Kang Hyuk insists on doing this to their hospital of all places. For once, Kang Hyuk's face softens. He explains that when he was young, his late father was in a car accident and the only hospital that would take him was Hangik National. My heart clenched as I realized where Kang Hyuk was going with this. He reveals that there was one doctor who wouldn't give up on trying to resuscitate his father even when hope was long gone, and that doctor was director Choi. He's the reason why Kang Hyuk wanted to be a trauma surgeon in the first place. It's pretty hard to deny Kang Hyuk after that. Director Choi approves of Kang Hyuk's request, and the trauma team gets their own helicopter. Of course, as soon as they get it, they immediately have an emergency and have to jump in. Phew, finally, I can breathe. The trauma code delivered on all the action, taking us from a hectic emergency room all the way to South Sudan. There were definitely quieter moments where we got to see the characters and their blossoming friendships, and that allowed for some much-needed humor. Jae-won was a hilarious newbie, Youngmi was a great mama bear nurse, and Pouty Yorim even came around to being a vital ally. Ji Hoon's character was a little too perfect for me, making the storyline predictable, but at the end of the day, he still felt human. And to me, it's that humanity that makes these doctors superheroes. What do you think of the trauma code? Drop your theories in the comments and smash that like button. Subscribe for more K-drama reviews and hit the bell so you never miss a video. Until next time, stay healthy and avoid any real-life trauma codes. Okay, bye-bye.